I'm David B. Savage, author of 7 books on collaboration and host of 45 podcasts on collaborative leadership. And I'm just delighted to be part of the CFX 2020. I'm totally prepared for where we're going now. Um, my background is very diverse. Most of my background is starting and running and selling little oil and gas companies. And doing that in a perspective that embraces the environment, embraces the community, and what I will say in creating shared value, which is one of my highest values. I want to really land my purpose, my presentation on design our collaborations better. It's taken me about 45 years of my career in oil and gas, in healthcare, in tourism, and as a professional coach and a professional negotiator to realize I actually don't know very much. So through that, my focus is on collaboration and getting CFX 2020 participants to be way more effective.
So David, it was collaboration actually that brought us together the first time we met. A very good friend of ours, Kathy Porter, met and brought us together when we were speaking at the Columbia Mountain Institute for Applied Ecology. And we went on to collaborate over a number of different initiatives. I got to be a guest on your podcast. You're also an author. Breakthrough to Yes is your published book. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Actually, it's turned into 7 books, and the latest one
Wow.
is the one that I'm going to feature for our participants and for your conference, Barry, is Better by Design. But in the 7 books, everything is about different aspects and perspectives of collaborative leadership, collaborative learning. Um, it's been brilliant because one of the things that I did, Barry, when I started thinking about writing a book on collaboration, probably 7 years ago now, I realized, even then there were a few books on collaboration, but none of them were collaborative books. So I take pride that I reached out
Wow,
to over 100 leaders like
that's
yourself
smart.
and Kathy Porter and 100 leaders from 8 different countries and sought their wisdom. So I took a little different twist because I know as a conflict resolver, as a facilitator, as a father, as a grandfather, nobody gets to be right. So we're all in this together. Let's solve it together. And that's the reason for my books.
Yeah, well, and so, yeah, COVID, I mean, we sort of joke about it, but the COVID-19 is a perfect example of global collaboration. One of the things that strikes me about the situation that we're in right now is that it is a global effort, and
Yeah.
it's kind of it's quite noticeable that there's not a lot of geopolitical arguing and discourse going on. We seem to have grasped and embraced the fact that we live on one planet and it's a closed system and we're all in it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful side effect. You know, we're overjoyed as environmentalists, people that love nature, to see nature and the sky and the oceans and the channels in Venice, etc., all clear and all clean. Well, we're actually coming together like I don't think anybody would have expected. I know as a Canadian, back in January, I was thinking, is the fight more important than doing the right thing? How
Right.
do we think it's important to separate ourselves by industry or self-interest? You know, let's stop all of this politicking. And it's happening now. It's the agility, the collaborative results from organizations of all size has been fantastic. And I thank you, Barry, for bringing the conference in regardless, because we can take this spirit of, okay, where's the outcome we want, and let's work together.
Well, we're excited. We're excited that all of the speakers, the faculty, uh, the leaders like you have supported us in going online. We really think that um, the need for this kind of collaborative effort continues whether or not we're in this social distancing action. And a lot of business is still happening, and a lot of planning and preparing is still happening. And so it's really crucial. And I guess that, that sort of brings me to your presentation of how to produce better outcomes through well-designed collaboration. So there's a couple of elements in there. First of all, it's well-designed. It doesn't just happen matter-of-factly. It's not an accident or a coincidence. We need to plan for that. And the second thing I think is so crucial is that so often, especially in the impact assessment legislation, we've been driven to look at sectors independently instead of looking at the systems that are really producing the values, like watersheds or landscapes. And so you're bringing tools that are proven to this conference to share with people to help them use those so that they can move forward.
Thank you. They are proven tools, and I share them openly. In fact, the first 20 participants in my session that engage with me, I'm going to give them my book.
Wow,
this is
that's
really
awesome.
This is really important to all of us. We just can't play those games anymore. My friend Rod McKay, who was the chairman of the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada, and a good friend of mine and very well known in the city of Calgary as an amazing leader, he gave me a quote from my book. Leadership is difficult. Leadership that depends on collaboration is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So many times people say, well, we collaborated. No, you didn't. We need to up our game, so to speak. We need to really be conscious as to the space we use, the people we include, the way we communicate, especially the way we listen at multi-layer levels of listening. We can break through. And I called it breakthrough to yes, because I know that yes isn't anything any of us actually know before we start.
Right.
But if we set with a clear intention, we can break through. I've got many examples in my professional career. I've made a lot of money out of this principle of nobody gets to be right. Listen, 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 get the right people in, embrace conflict, set the table, be in issues like this, opportunities like this. We can create dynamics and create innovation and ideas, and realize, to your point, that it is a complex system, but we are one. We can't separate business from the environment. We can't separate the community from cumulative effects. I can't separate my one project from all the other projects in that ecosystem.
Exactly. So that's really the fundamental underlying principle of the CFX conference series in total is a collaborative effort, bringing people together, enabling good conversations, sharing of ideas in a neutral space, because we often find ourselves too coming to the table maybe with a position instead of coming to the table just to learn and share. And so we don't have many of those opportunities, but the conference provides one where we can come together and just build on our collective intellectual capital and successes. And I think together then we're gonna drive success more and faster that way.
Yeah, I am with you wholeheartedly, Barry. I think this is exactly with your leadership and with this conference, we can actually get people with very different positions and very different professions and backgrounds and interests to actually serve our future better.
And that's important for our kids and our grandkids, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, our most special gifts.
A couple of things, if I might say, if people are interested to, and I want them to participate not only in the conference but in my session, we're going to talk about why this is so important. We're going to talk about some metrics. We'll talk about values and ethics for collaborative teams. We'll talk about, in fact, my collaborative leadership 360 assessment. Oftentimes teams and people that think they're working together aren't. So let's create some metrics. Let's create some evolutionary systems design. I offer my 10 essential steps to collaboration. I offer a number of tools, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to learn a lot because every time I talk about this, I go in with the intention of learning and meeting new people that I can work together with in the future.
Well, we're super excited, David, that you are able to join with us in this, and people are going to benefit greatly. I mean, just listen to all of the skills and expertise that you're offering, the opportunity to get one of your books, taking tools that are proven and being able to move forward with them. It's not often that people get an opportunity to sit down and collaborate with somebody at your level. So this is a massive opportunity for people.
Well, a massive opportunity for me, Barry. Thank you very much. And why don't we just rewrite our future?
Absolutely. Let's create the future we want.
Yeah.